Hi everyone, welcome to episode 1 of At Home with Willow, a new video series that I'm hosting in partnership with Spoak. I'm Greta, a furniture maker in Los Angeles and the face behind the company Willow. You can check out my work on Instagram on the Willow Instagram page linked here. My boyfriend Alex and I recently purchased a beautiful mid-century style home in Los Angeles, and we're in the process of renovating and decided to take you along for the journey. I'm using Spoak to map out my design plans, create mood boards, and just overall visualize what we want to do to this house. I'll also be showing you a bunch of cool DIYs for your home and being very open and transparent about the house renovation process and what that looks like. We'll get to all of that fun stuff soon, but first, if you aren't familiar with Spoak, I definitely encourage you to check them out online. They offer design tools that are super easy to use, and I can't wait to show you what I've made so far on their platform. So let's get started. We got this house in November. It's in Los Angeles, and it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, mid-century single-story house. It was built in 1956, and there's still a lot of original features and then features that the previous owners added over the years. And there's just a ton of character, which I think really sold us on the house, was that it wasn't, we looked at so many houses and so many of them were like cookie cutter, already flipped, everything gray, all open concept everything, and this one really had a lot of its original charm. Huge windows, so much natural light, so many just quirks that were worth keeping, and yeah, we just thought it was great and didn't want to pass it up, so we somehow were able to snag it. So the first step of the renovation process was phase 1. So because we're working on a budget, we couldn't just rip up the whole house, do everything at once. So the first phase 1 was to do all the floors that were covered in carpet, to replace them with wood floors, to open up some doorways in the dining room, in the kitchen, and in the hallway. There, it just felt kind of just claustrophobic, and we wanted to keep it still as rooms, not just blast every wall out and have it open concept, because that is something that's kind of cool about some of the original mid-century styles, was that everything kind of was contained in its own room, and it was all kind of separated, and so we wanted to keep it a little bit like that, but just widen door frames by a foot or two so that you could the flow was better. And then the last thing for this phase 1 renovation was to finish the garage. So the garage was kind of unfinished, kind of just forgotten, and it's 400 square feet, which is a huge workspace. We decided to gut it and then renovate it, so we just kind of added drywall to the whole thing, and then decided to add laundry to the garage, which I'm smiling because I've been renting forever and I've never had laundry as a renter, and it's just so life-changing to be able to have a laundry machine, which sounds so stupid, but I'm so excited about it. So yeah, so that's the plan. The first thing I did was lay out the living room, so I want to show you kind of how I did that in the Visi mood board editor, and how easy it is and how fun honestly it was to lay it all out. It was also fun because using Visi in the Spoak app, you can import all your if you have images that you can't find already in the library, like for example, Alex is a painter, so I knew that there was like a big painting of his that I wanted to include because we're gonna hang it in the living room. So I was able to upload the image into the editor and then add it to the living room layout. It's gonna be really cool once the whole living room is done and we have all the furniture set up and everything laid out with our plants and stuff. And we'll be able to like look at the Spoak Visi that I made and then see like the final product with like his painting hanging up. And this painting was in the little mood board I made. So I also wanted to show you my project editor. So a really cool feature about Spoak is how everything is organized. So I made a project called House Renovations, and so under that I can keep all my visis, I can keep all the products I used organized. So yeah, I'll show you some of the ones I made for the house so far. So the first one I made is for the dining room inspo, and this was fun to make because the light and the chairs I already have. And then I went and made one for the garage as well, so I can kind of get an idea of the layout. I also made one for the lights that I liked, which was helpful to see them all together. And that included a halide and an EQ3 light that I already have. And then I also made an overall furniture inspo that I like and an overall house inspo that I also like just for reference photos. So we've been finding it useful to go to different furniture stores to find inspiration for the house in terms of furniture, kind of overall design and aesthetics. We went to a sample sale for one of our favorite furniture makers on Instagram. It's Waka Waka, and he had like a sample sale that was really fun to go look at. We've also went to Design Within Reach, which is a store. There was a location in Pasadena that we went to, and they had a lot of really stunning furniture. They were having a Herman Miller sale, so that's why we went inside, and they had a ton of good stuff. We've also gotten a lot of inspiration for the house and the interior just by sourcing different things that we like, such as art. So we found some art at the Rose Bowl flea market that was really stunning, and then Alex is a painter, so I went into his little studio and found the piece that we're gonna hang in our living room. So the first kind of progress that we saw was initially with the demo. So we stopped by after the demo was complete and we saw that they had ripped out all the carpets, they gutted the garage, and they opened up some door frames and took out some just like decorative posts that had been included in the original design of the house. So about 2 weeks after that, we were able to come by the house again and see the updates that had happened for floors. So they installed all the new hardwood floors that we picked out, which look amazing, and they also opened up the door frame, which looked really good, and also started to structure out the fireplace. So our idea for the fireplace was to take off the wood mantle and plaster over it and add a built-in bench. So that's going to be really exciting and really change up the space once it's finished. Thank you so much for watching episode 1 and coming along on this journey. The next episode will have a lot of home DIYs, some Willow DIYs if you're interested in that, and overall kind of a big house check-in update. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.